Leftover women are learning the hard way as men walk out on them.
China, if a woman is over 30 years old and she is not married, she will be called 剩女,剩女,剩女, which means leftover woman.
The only power you have as a man in 2023 and beyond is you got to be able to walk away from a girl if she disrespects you. Mm-hmm. And that's when she realizes, damn, this guy really will walk away from me and get another girl at that might be cuter than me. Bam. That's when they turn around and they say, I need to readjust my behavior, because women rarely ever get put in an uncomfortable position like that where they can be replaced. Most guys are, the girl will do some fucked up shit and he'll sit there, please take me back. And he didn't even do nothing. It was her. But she'll go ahead and gaslight and make him feel bad. And you can't play that game. It's like, oh, you want to be like that? Cool. Get the fuck out my house. And that's when women act right.
Gotta walk away.
Some women thought they just could not find a man because they did not go out enough, or they did not have the proper dating profile. Still, as soon as they started paying attention to all those details, they quickly figured out it was not because they didn't meet enough men, it was because they were actually leftovers. Many people claim dating is dead in the modern world, but I think this is the whole truth. Men are selective in walking away from women. If men were just walking away, there wouldn't be the need for passport bros or traditional women getting engaged. Men are walking away from modern women, hoe-flated hoes, sprinkles, single moms, and most especially leftover women. Men are done with these types of women and are not even looking back. Some men categorize every Western woman as a modern woman, so they are done with dating in the West. Women who are in their 30s and above, divorced or single mums, feel this heat the most.
Hey, I was talking to a friend of mine the other day, and she is so disheartened with the dating scene. And I'll say I have my own misgivings too. It's been very interesting. We're in the Atlanta market, and if you are at all aware, it's real special down here. But she's been dating for the last 2 years post-divorce, and she texted me yesterday and said, I'm done. I said, no. I said, you've just scratched the surface. She said, no, I'm done. I'm done. She said, I'll live vicariously through you and all the other folks and friends. She said, I can't do this anymore. And I think it's just really disheartening, because she is a beautiful girl, beautiful woman with a wonderful spirit, great character. And I think what all of us kind of in similar situation are finding is that there's too much craziness out here. Too many people are into polyamorous situations, dating multiple women, multiple guys at the same time.
The problem for these leftover women started when they were told by society and feminism that they were still 10 and a queen after being divorced twice or with 3 kids without a father in the picture. This delusion made women feel entitled, influenced their nasty attitude towards the good men ready to settle with their situation, and gradually pushed men from them. There was a time when no one had anything against single mums. There have been many step-siblings, half-brothers and sisters in the past decades, more than the last one, because men started observing that single mums have become hard to deal with because they have ridiculous standards. I saw a video of a single mom saying any man who wants to go on a date with her has to pay for the babysitting of her kid. The same goes for 304S, demanding high-value men, and fat women, demanding men who have disciplined themselves and dedicated years to train their bodies.
What do you bring to the table?
Everything. I got 2 kids, you know what I mean? So everything. If you're willing to provide for my kids, then everything.
Everything like what?
My kids, my life, my mental health, everything, like everything. Everything you want to know about me, I'll bring to the table for sure.
What the
It never gets better.
Now, these delusions didn't make men walk away. In fact, they created simps, where men started working hard to fit into those standards that delusional leftover women were laying down for them. So a lot of men were doing their best to satisfy these women, and instead of accepting what men were offering, these women would still go on the internet and talk about how men are trash, how there are no real men are weak, and all sorts. When the shit hit the fan, men started walking away due to the realization that hit them after they observed what they were getting into with these women. They found out that it was a horrible investment, taking what other men have dumped and begging it to settle with you, then having to deal with all the baggage that comes with them, and then doing all of that and getting nothing in return from the women. Not even a warm meal after work, because they don't think a woman should be traditional in the 21st century. All it took for men to walk away was a channel like this, showing men what they were doing wrong, and it made them settle down to think about it and realize that, first of all, a delusional woman doesn't deserve them, and then they don't get a single benefit for all they bring into the relationship. This was when men started getting the boldness to ask women, "What do you bring to the table, other than take from us?" Modern women have endless expectations, but zero responsibility.
I have never seen a woman make a broke man rich, but I've seen plenty of men make broke women rich. Nowadays, most broke women don't even think they're broke. They just think that they're dating the wrong man. Men are human beings, who sometimes need a little bit of grace and understanding too.
Many of the women who are asked these questions have no good answer. After all, their goal is to take and offer nothing because they have nothing to offer except extra responsibilities in the name of kids and emotional troubles from past marriages, and yet still raise standards for men. Men simply said away with this BS and began to move on gradually until women began to notice that men were walking away, the standards were fast dropping, and the women were getting back to their default settings to get a man. If we listened to men's different opinions on why they walked away, we could come up with a long list of reasons. It's astonishing how unobservant some people are. There's a squillion females all over the net whinging about where have all the men gone. About 150 million men have adopted the MGTOW philosophy and are going their own way. That number is rapidly growing, and that is only one group. The only thing a female can offer a man is a 75% chance she will ruin his life. In truth, yes. A lot of men I've talked to said that it's just not worth the effort anymore. I'm getting pretty sick of it myself, to be honest. I'll list my frustrations, reasonings, and some that other men have stated. Let's check out what these men have to say. Many seem to have unrealistic expectations in general. Rather than straining ourselves to fit these standards, a lot of guys simply stop playing ball. This is what I have discussed earlier. There are a whole bunch of unreasonable expectations from these women, and when men compare the benefits against the demerits, men just lock up and move on. Too many women say that they want a certain kind of guy, but then actually date the kind that they complain about. This makes a lot of men reluctant to even want to bother. This one is a big deal, because you see these women talk about a kind of guy they would never date, and in a few weeks' time, you see them with that exact description. Certain men are there trying to conform to the description of these women, and this is not the worst thing that happens after. This last point describes the aftermath of their decisions. We see the kind of guys that they do date and don't want to bother. I'm sorry, but how many assholes have to use you for segs before you realize it? Yet when we are genuine and treat them well, we get brother-zoned or friend-zoned. You see, after women make terrible choices and go with the men they know are wrong for them, they get divorced, they become single mums. By this time, they have become leftovers and have gathered all manner of hurt, and then they come back for the good men and try to dump all of Chad's imprint on the guys. A lot of men have accepted this before and figured out later that the women still go back to those men to get fired. Putting all of these together makes men turn their back on modern women. That's all for today on Manhood. Remember to drop your thoughts in the comments section, and don't forget to hit that like button, click the subscribe button, and also turn on the notification bell to be the first to know when a new video drops. Share this video with whomever you would like to watch it with. Thanks for watching. See you at the next one. Cheers.